kids and creative parents. We are back with Creative Critters. Today we are going to do fishtails. So this lovely little creature that we're going to create is made out of one of our favorite things to create with. It's a toilet paper roll. Need one of those. You're going to need, you don't need googly eyes, but if you have them, googly eyes, you can always make your own, remember. Or you can, if you don't want to draw them on, you can use paper and create them with layered paper effects. That's kind of cool too. But I have googly eyes, so I'm going to use them. Also, you need a little piece of wire. It's like those things that trash bag ties. That's what this is. It's the same kind of thing. And we just have some fun colors in them. It's one of those. And then something to punch holes with. I'm using my trusty compass. And also tape and a stapler and a little bit of tissue paper. All right, so here, and also patterned paper. So this is like, what is the book that your keepsake books comes in pads of paper. Now look, you don't have to go out and buy any kind of patterned paper. You can actually just use a piece of copy paper and let your child or children draw on it and create their own pattern. Use a piece of construction paper if you like. Either way, that's fine. Okay, so I have some cute pattern paper, and I like the idea of using the pattern paper because it incorporates a lot of different colors. So here's what we're going to do. You know me and measuring. It's not going to have to be perfect, but we are going to have to measure just a wee bit, and you're going to need some scissors. And this is kind of just a rough estimate, and I'm just going to cut on over a little bit. And again, don't worry about how perfect it is. We just want to make sure that it's in the middle. And yeah, there we go. So I eyeballs that. I'm going to cut a little extra because here's what we're doing. Maybe, I don't think I did it. So even if you do it this way, here, I'm going to do it again. And you're probably going, hey, if you'd have measured that. Yes, I know. If I would have measured it, it would have been perfectly fine. But yeah, I have to. So it's about that. And so there. And there you go. And now I'm going to cut off a little bit more. And we're just going to tape this on right now. Tape it down. And this gives us a lot of bang for our buck. And honestly, the other thing you can do, if you have some time, you can let the kids paint the toilet paper roll. That's perfectly fine too. If they would prefer to do that, let them. So, and just tape it tightly because we're going to be squishing. And then I'm going to put my tape down. There's that. So choose which is your front and which is your back. And then you're going to squish the back. And there we go. That's how we make our fish shape. So this is where your stapler is going to come in. Yeah. Just 2 or 3 to get a nice, even, flat line. There you go. Got your fish body. All right, so next thing we're going to do with our tissue paper, so it's just one piece of tissue paper, but I'm folding it several times. You do it however you like, because I want a bit of fluff. This one I think has like 3 or 4 layers. You could do even more or less if you like. But let me show you what I'm going to do. just going to cut straight across my layers. And then I'm going to cut one more time. I'm just going to keep cutting it down a little bit. This is just an easy way for you to see. So now I'm going to cut like a little triangular shape in there. All right, and so you see that? So now you can start making it a little prettier. If you want to. If you like the shape the way it is, let it be. I'm going to round mine out a little bit more. And let me see. So this is a little longer, so I'm going to cut off the edges. And you just whittle it down until it makes sense to you. All right. So there. What I will say for you is go ahead and pull them back, the pieces, because once you get them nailed down, they tend to want to lay all together so you don't get to see the fluffiness. So fluff them a little bit, blow in them, do whatever you need to. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tape them first, just so I can keep them steady. And up against the paper, it's not going to matter. I'll show you. Yeah. So it starts to raise up even a little bit right there. All right. And then I'm going to go under the bottom and do the same thing, just to make sure none of my pieces fly off. All right. And now, for extra security, I'm going to go ahead and start lifting up. I'm going to staple this again because I want it to be secured on. Okay? Did you see? Yeah. Okay. So, you don't have to put, you can just tuck in any bits that you don't want sticking up. So this is like, you're starting to make it prettier. There we go. And now, start to fluff again. Let it raise out. And you see how it wants to stay all in one piece? That's what we don't want. Just pull, 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 pull. So the more of these that you have, it kind of gives it the feel too that it's in water. I kind of like that. Tail. So I would go back through the pieces that you cut off and I will do the same thing. I'm going to cut a number of them and I'm going to use 2 on either side. And here's my shape I'm going to use. I'm just going to cut like little ovals in it, curvatures into some cast-offs, and there you go. I'm going to use 2 and 2, and that's going to be my fins on the side. And so, and see, they're not perfect. They don't need to be. I'm going to set them kind of at an angle so you have little flaps in the wind. I'm going to use tape. We're not going to, make sure you tape both of them. And there you go. See that? And it's got some movement to it. And same thing on the other side. And you know what? Fish in the water get nibbled on a lot, so even if they're not perfect, maybe he got a little nibbled on. There you go. And you can see. All right. So now I'm going to use my glue sticks to put on my eyeballs. Go ahead and let those be settling right on in. And he's going to be more fish-like. Now, this is up to you. You don't have to do this. But what I want to do is make his mouth more pronounced. You can see over here how I did. I just added the color. And it kind of just brings the whole design of your fish together too. That's also a thing. But if your kids don't want that, they don't have to. I'm going to take, again, one of the cast-offs, and I'm just going to start piecing it around. You can tape or you can glue down. I think I'm going to glue down because I think I'm going to want more of my purple on the outside. I think on this one, though, if you look, I taped in the inside because I made shapes with his mouth. I'm not going to do that this time because the paper is such that I want the contrast up against him. So either way is fine. It just depends on you and what you're wanting to do with your fish. And there we go. We're going to go all the way around. And if it overlaps, that's even better. It makes it look more fish-like. There we go. So there's our fish tail. Fish. So our last thing is, if you want to hang him up, I'm going to take my little hole puncher. I'm pressing him down because he's not laying as flat as I would like. And I'm going to press right between his eyes, but a little bit back, just so you can see. And this doesn't have to match up perfectly either, because if you get one of those, the wire trash bag closers, they're stiff enough, they'll hold their shape. You can just pull it on through. All right. And I'm going to push it through the hole. I said I was. Here it comes. All right. And then just bring it on through. And the only thing I did was create kind of a circle with it. And then we pull tight here and do the same thing on the bottom. And on the bottom, honestly, you can go ahead and just tape that down. It doesn't have to, if you want them to lay flatly, you just tape it on down. That way it's not going to snag on anything. And there you go. And this is up to you. I had a little bit of extra ribbon, and this is how you can hang him from whatever. He can hang in your window. Anywhere you hang him, it's going to look like he's in motion, especially if you give him more fins and tails. And, you know, just hanging in free space is going to cause him to move around. So his fins are going to flare in the air, which is fun. All right. So here's our fish. Our new fish. There we go. So again, I will say to you, have fun with your creating your fish tails. Again, I know people are probably on vacation and doing lots of fun stuff, but if you did make this, or you are going to make this, and you really like it, shoot us an email at yolanda@scottpublib.org. We would love to see your fish. And when you come in, or when you come in, you can bring them in and show me. All right, guys, hope you're having a great July, and I hope you're enjoying summer reading.